I see you read a lot of books. So how do you effectively learn? What's the fastest way to get the best information out in a short period of time?
I don't read books, I use books. And that's a big distinction. So when I read a book, my idea, I'm not trying to understand everything the author is saying. I'm not trying to understand all his background, because the purpose of learning is mastery. It's all about implementation. Let me give you some examples. Sometimes if I'm reading a book, I know there are people talking about, I read a book a day, I read a book a week, or whatever. I read about 2 to 3 books a week. I'm constantly learning podcasts or different programs or different things, or talking to consultants. That's how I learn the most. But when it comes to reading, sometimes if I'm looking for any book that I read, I have a simple question. What are the 3 ideas that I can get from the book that I can implement right now? Just 3. Not 10, not 20, not 100, 3 ideas. If I could get those 3 ideas from the first 3 chapters, I'll highlight those and I'll put the book away. Maybe later on I'll go back there and read the rest of the book and implement some of the other ideas. But if I got my big 3, that's all I need. Sometimes I would get those ideas in the back of each chapter where they're talking about action steps and summary and resources. That's awesome. Sometimes I got the idea just from the table of content. I read the table of content, that gave me enough 3 ideas. I put it away and then just implement. So I don't read books. It's not about accumulation. I think here's a big distinction I want you to get. So a lot of people, they read books to acquire information. You watch video to acquire information, and you wonder, how come I'm watching a lot of videos, I'm learning, but my life is still the same? Because you haven't converted information to knowledge, and from knowledge into experience. So books itself is just information. Information does not change your life. Information doesn't change your life. You got to convert it by gathering, filter into knowledge. From knowledge, now you implement. Now you get to the next step, which is experience. Then from experience, from now you have done it long enough, a long period of time, now is evolve into wisdom. There's a big difference between information or even knowledge versus wisdom. Wisdom is knowing what not to do. Wisdom is knowing when you don't have to do something. That's wisdom. So comment below. How are you going to change the way that you learn? How are you going to change the way that you read books? How are you going to change the way, not just learning, gathering more information, but accumulating true knowledge, true experience, and eventually wisdom?